Welcome to a quick channel update. I went from a part-time job to a full-time job. It is overnights, Monday to Friday. Thus, my routine now is work at my job, get off early in the morning, go to sleep for maybe 6 hours, get up, and then work on on the anime content all the way till I get to work. Rinse and repeat. At least I get the weekends off. So I'm practically working two full-time jobs. Hopefully, I can, within time, it'll probably take years. I can build this channel where I can get rid of that job and just do this. We'll see. One can dream. Now, other than that, that's the biggest update because it's a challenge to go through this kind of schedule. But the fact that I've been able to pull through on all the seasonal shows can reveal to all of you that I am committed to doing this, even though I'm just a small channel with content that most people don't really care for because I guess I'm controversial. I don't know. Either way, I'm currently watching 26 seasonal anime. I think there are two left before I'm done, so it'll be 28 total. In case anybody's new to this or is curious as to what I'm covering, 86 got delayed till I think March. I don't really care for it too much. I haven't kept up on the last episode. I think this is the only one I have not kept up in. So it'll be a while before I can get back to 86. A shame, really. A shame, but that's the way it had to be. There's Akebi-chan, the first of 3 Cloverworks series. It's a very slice of life, though it's kind of creepy and it explores foot fetishes and things like that. Atasha Kawari Kadama Dayo is a very strange anime, voiced by the voice actor of Mizuho from the Sunny Boy. The opening is longer than the actual episode itself. It's about 3.5 minutes. It's very strange. It's about a very strange individual that likes to draw manga, eat food, drink beer, and go to sleep. That's all we know so far. Barao no Soretsu is like Mars Red, or like a serious version of Vanitas no Carte. It's a romance. It has a very dark atmosphere or tone to it. It's pleasant, but it looks like a bunch of pity slideshows. Honestly, Q is episode 2 today. I won't be doing an episode. I will not be doing video on every single episode. That'd be a waste of time. But if I'm doing this, I can mention that I think Q is gonna fall apart. Well, first of all, the game adaptation. Second of all, you can't just cram 20 characters in every episode and try to force the story to play out this way. Characterization is a challenge for the staff here, and they're failing miserable. It's too there are too many the staff is putting in too many characters and trying to cram it and trying too hard to cram them into each episode. It does not work. Doll's Frontline is trash. It is a gacha adaptation. The fans are saying that the story itself is good, but the adaptation itself is bad. I don't know. Episode 2 aired today too. Actually, it aired today. Again, like did they not hire a sound director? The music is very strange. It could be a very slow scene and a serious exposition scene, and you have this hardcore metal blasting in the background. It's so distracting. Then there's the endless slideshows and copy pasting of the dolls. It's a terrible series. Fantasy Bishoujo Juniki Oji-san is another one. This one I really high hopes for. I think it's rated amongst the highest on this list. I like the interesting premise. 2 guys, one has feelings for the other one, the other one's that's straight. But they get isekai to another world, and the straight guy becomes a little girl, and the romance kind of goes on through there. It's interesting. It's really funny. I'm scared towards where it's going to go, but I really enjoyed the first episode. I'm just worried it's gonna fall apart in the second one. Genzuo Sangogoshi Tengen Reishiniki. This one is just trash. It's amongst one of the most least talked about series. Well, we know this turned into a seasonal update video. Oh, partly. Well, anyways, this series tries way too hard, to the point that every woman in it has big breasts, and they're just constantly shoving it in your face. The fan service is just like a desperate call of the staff saying, "Please watch our series. Here's this fan service," because the story itself is terrible. It's another Shikizakura. Main characters go around cleansing demons. Hakuzume Kobanyoshi no Gyakushu. That is the cute, funny slideshow cop propaganda series. It's funny. I despise the police, so I'll be biased regardless. But it's still funny. I like the voice actors, performance on the two leads, the two women police women. It's a funny series, nothing amazing. Kaijin Kaihatsu Bono Kyatsuan. Now this one's another surprise of the season. It's very very funny. It's very ridiculous. It's about sorry about that. It's about monster development and go away. It's about monster development and yes, like I said, it's very funny. It's by the makers of Boku no Pico, which is shocking to some people. But it sounds promising. Actually, I really enjoy this one. Go away. Okay, Kenja no Deshi wo Nonaru Kenja. This is amongst the worst. Stop. So Kenja no Deshi no. Sorry about that. You see, I'm on a phone. No, one day I'll be doing this on my computer. Maybe. Till then, this is all I have. Kenja no Deshi wa Nanaru Kenja. That's the one with the old man that reincarnates into a little girl. This is amongst the worst of the series. I mean, it's embarrassingly bad. Bland, generic. 80% is an abuse of slideshows. Still frames with mouths flapping. The other 20%, really bad CGI. We're talking Tessa Note level CGI, but it's not funny. It's just bad. Tessa Note was so bad it was good. Just terrible anime. The only good part from episode 1 was the little insert song where the mage puts on some anime music while he's beating up all the monsters. It's a joke of a series, so it offends me. Koroshi Ai is the story of an assassin that falls in love with a bounty hunter that's after him. He tries to be flirtatious while she just wants him to go away. However, though, I want them to write the woman lead better because she seems very boring and unpleasant and insufferable and annoying. She feels like yet another Violet Evergarden ripoff. Just done bad. But I like where this is going. I think this is going to be a very interesting romance. World of Lydell. Just another bland isekai. That's nothing special going for people. People are watching this thing. Oh, this is something you can just sit down and relax to turn your brain off. That sounds like a boring waste of time to me. I could be watching something better than this. But again, just bland, boring, generic isekai about a hospital patient that dies, gets put into an office in an isekai world. Nothing really happens. Just kind of walking around, making friends. It's just nothing. It brings nothing special to the table, which you would expect from the ordinary bland isekai. Lupin the Third Part 6. It is shameful that no one's watching this. Lupin isn't. I did a video on this a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday, or 2 days ago? Lupin is an episodic series, like Dirty Pair. You can jump in at any point. It doesn't matter. There's no ending. There's no ending in sight for this. You can watch part 1 first, the movies first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doesn't matter. It's such an easy story to understand. You do not need to watch it from the very beginning. I started with part 6, this part right here, and it's been one of the best anime of the. It was one of the best anime last year, and I'm sure it's gonna be strong this year. They hired some guest writers: Mamoru Oshii from Ghost in the Shell, Jinro, the Skycrawlers, Rad Love, Pat Labor 1 and 2, and he wrote 2 of the episodes last year, and there were some of the best episodes in all of anime last year. Amazing. Of course, people are still saying, "Oh, he's pretentious and he's boring." No, people just don't have the. He's just misunderstood. People don't have the attention span to really look at his storytelling. But Lupin has been amazing. Great series. Orient, again, amongst the worst of the winter season. It feels like a Saturday morning kid show. It's so not. I cannot take the characters seriously. It just, out of all these series, this one just feels so much like a bland, boring, not much going for it kid show. But it's about mining. Somebody who is obsessed in Minecraft was allowed to make an anime, and this is what came out. The 2 main characters, I just could care less with them. The monsters look ugly. I mean, they're supposed to look ugly, but the designs are just not appealing to me. Also, my ranking, I am actually really concerned for this anime right now because it added an incredible 10 out of 10 first season, or I guess first quarter, whatever you call it. The second half has started very, very weak. It's been 2 episodes. It's been very, very weak. People are saying, "Oh, how could you say it's just 2 episodes?" Well, I can criticize those 2 episodes, and they've been underwhelming. Also, my ranking set the bar so high for yourself at the end of the first 2 episodes that the second pair of, or the second set of 12 episodes has just not felt anywhere as strong. In fact, it's turning into a shonen. That's how it feels. Disappointing. It was starting. The viewers are starting to see slideshows. It's just so disappointing. Yeah, this really did turn into a winter, into a winter. This really did turn into a winter discussion. Not that wasn't my intention, but I'll also do it. It's the middle of the night. I'm on lunch right now. Okay, let's see. Where are we? No, it's too upbeat for now. It's too sad. Okay, this is acceptable. Platinum End. The first arc finally wrapped up. The series is painful to go through, but at least the last episode of this first arc was satisfying, to say the least. Arai is still an obnoxious protagonist, but I'm starting to understand more where he's coming from. I still disagree with his naive and unrealistic pacifist stand. I do plan to tear that down in a video one day. I just completely disagree. Like, what is the point of him even going to the scene if he's not going to kill anybody? But he's growing here and there. The series is still trash, and I'm wondering how it's going to end because the manga has been dragged to death because the ending is apparently unsatisfying, which is the only thing I ever hear online about Platinum End. So not one of the weakest, really. Sabiro Rusted Armor, or Sabiro no Armor Reime. This is the next Tessa Note, but I don't think it's gonna be funny or entertaining or amusing. I think it's just gonna be bad. But it's all CGI. It follows. It is the next installment in the beginning of terrible CGI, all CGI anime. Started with X-Arm for some of us. Moved on to Tessa Note, and now we're at this one. And the first episode was special. I made a video on it. It's just ugly. The crow looks like a zombie crow. There's no effort in the background art. The background art looks like storyboards that just got copy pasted out of a lack of time. Lifeless CGI animation, fighting that makes no sense. Choreography, it's messy. Just what you could expect. Sabikui Bisco is about mushroom terrorism. It's about this very creepily optimistic doctor that's helping the poor, doesn't want to sell out and help the rich. He is trying to help the sister who is dying of rusted, which is a type of cancer that has apparently been created by the mushroom gatherers, who are these terrorists. So Bisco appears, and he has the ability to turn whatever he shoots with an arrow into giant skyscraper-sized mushrooms. And it just started. It's very strange. I don't know where this is going to go, but it looks interesting. Shikakuma no Saikyu Kenja. I think this is an isekai. It kind of implied it was because the lead said he was different. He had a different life. Now this one has an overpowered main character. So I don't know how they're going to be able to write that without making it boring. See, anime like One Punch Man made it funny at least, until it fell apart itself. However, I don't know how they're going to do it here. But it has some pretty likable characters. I wish it wouldn't have skipped the whole how the main character trains everybody to do cantationless magic without incantations. They skipped that entire thing. It's kind of disappointing, but it's a decent series so far. What else we got here? So Attack on Titan. I've already done my video on Attack on Titan. I actually analyzed the first part of the final season. As expected, it got, I think, almost 200 dislikes. Like 40 likes. At least the writing part of it did, not the video itself. It seems promising because the previous part, the adaptation was questionable. The CGI was very, very, very questionable. I like where it's going. I really like the Car Titan Peak. So I mean, we're only one episode in. I have really high expectations for this one though. I'm also concerned about Eren. I don't know whether he's playing a game or not, but I'm concerned for his character. Dress Up Darling. This is the second Cloverworks series. It's the prettiest of the three. It's very pretty. It's funny. It's fun. I like the two main characters. The guy is very insecure. When he meets this girl that tells him to stand up for himself, and she just so happens to be into cosplaying, and the man just so happens to be a sewer, so they're gonna bond over cosplaying. But it looks very promising so far. again, but being Cloverworks, I'm just concerned that it'll be like One Neck Party, or it'll be like Promise Neverland, or it'll be like Shadow House, or it just completely falls apart towards the end. I really hope it doesn't happen. Yeah, Cloverworks made a really bad name for itself last year. I don't care if people say don't blame Cloverworks because it's somebody else's fault. Well, too bad. Cloverworks is gonna get held responsible regardless. Tensai Oiji no Akaji Kokasasai Jutsu. I butchered that. That is that the guy that runs the kingdom and taught them getting out of debt. It's another boring and bland series. It's a ruler that's so smart because everybody else is just so foolish and makes him look smarter. He um, he's very annoying. I just don't really find this show very appealing at all. Tokyo 24 Cool. I'm still trying to understand what this is about. This is the third Cloverworks series. This is the one out of the three that it's been known for a while now. It's had production issues. I expect it to crash and burn and fall apart. A shame because it has quite a lot of likable characters. The story seems interesting so far. It's still building up what it's trying to do. The 1 hour premiere was nice. The second episode was more introductory exposition, explaining what's going on. So episode 3, I hope moves the plot along and gets it going to the mystery of what's going on behind the scenes. But I like this one so far. Tribe 9, soundtrack of the year, probably soundtrack one of the best soundtracks of all time. Amazing music. It's about extreme baseball. It's by the studio that brought you Build Divide Cold Black. Kawaro's voice actor from Evangelion is in here, and just as I expected, or just as I thought, the main lead gets along with the character that Kawaro voices, similar into the way Shinji and Kawaro got along in Evangelion, like the whole mentor, advisor, all that. But yeah, it's about extreme baseball. Pretty good series. I really like it so far. Vanitas no Carte Part 2, episode 1 aired today, and it was good to see the Vanitas style of comedy back into the picture. How Vanitas was roasting that Paladin. It was hilarious to see that. Jean is back, Noe. Um, I don't think it's amazing, but I at least enjoyed this because today I was trying to recover from the embarrassment of Q and Doll's Frontier, or whatever it's called. But yes, I've been enjoying this one. In terms of retro, I am currently watching Orgus. I would have been done with this a long time ago, but again, working full time, covering seasonal full time, having a social life. It's Despite all that, I started I think about a week ago. Right after I finished Macross, I'm currently on episode I think 16, 15, 16. I think it's 39 total. I have not done any content on it yet because I'm waiting till at least episode 20. But it's great. If you watch Macross and you want to feel the hole in your heart from the way you feel after finishing it, head right on over to Orgus, because Orgus is essentially Macross if Major Folkart got his own series and got transported to a different world, or parallel universe, you could say. It's very good. It's very funny. Again, the same staff of Macross, same director, Noburu's in it. Very good. It doesn't come anywhere near Macross, but it's still a solid 9 out of 10. I do expect to give it a 10 out of 10 by the end. It's going really well. It's going really well. So I'm really enjoying this. Now, other than this, I am rewatching Legend of the Galactic Heroes because I'm working on another video on one of the characters. I did a video called "The Politics of Yang Wenli." My next big project is going to be the sequel. It's going to be on another character. But I have to rewatch the series and take notes on the dialogue and all interactions and all that, so I can make it. Now, the last update is the music I play on my channel. One of the things you'll notice about this channel is that I use a lot of music. I'm like a giant encyclopedia of music because I just have nothing better to do in my life. The reason why I don't get hit by copyright is because I use music that is very obscure, not well known, or that is friendly for people to use. A lot of it comes from video games, some of it comes from anime. That's content for the future. I do want to talk about video game music. I do want to talk about anime soundtracks. I'm also working on another lecture, a politics video, but it's gonna be like the older political lectures, not anime based on somebody that is a huge influence in my life, a man from the 1960s era. And no, it's not Martin Luther King Jr. If that's what you're thinking about, it's the other person. But that's the update. It's the middle of the night. I gotta get back to work soon. The weekend, I think I might have to entertain my social life. I don't know how much time I'll be able to dedicate, but the battle goes on. I'm not gonna give up. I can say dedicated, and eventually I might be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Thank you for listening.